Organized Grind with Orikal Uno. Recorded live at Graph Fruit Studios in South Minneapolis.
Oh yeah. Yes, y'all. This is Orikal Uno checking in once again with another episode of Organized Grind, the podcast. Today, for like the third or fourth time, got my very good friend and special guest of the show, Brady Roth, in the building. He is a part-time poker player, which is something that we clarified in one of the earlier takes of this podcast. We've been having a good time catching up. But yeah, man, how's everything going, Brady?
It's going, man. It's been a day. It's been a year. But show must go on, right?
Yeah, man. Always gotta go on. Yeah, man, seems like you've been having a pretty tough one today.
Yeah, a lot of people, man. It's been a high school buddy of ours went away unexpectedly today. But we all love him. We're all glad to have known him, so.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
Sun's out now. See that?
Yeah, man.
Sun's finally out.
Yeah, vibes up. But yeah, we usually get into some hip-hop shit on this show, but you've been a good friend of mine for a long time. I've known you for a while, and you're more in the poker world.
Yes, sir.
So I feel like that would be a good way to tie into kind of the overall theme of what the show is all about. So I felt like it'd be a good guest to have on. So why don't we get into that a little bit? So you used to play poker. I remember watching you play on Full Tilt, right?
Yeah, back in 19 years old.
Yeah.
12 years ago or so, I'd say.
All right. So what initially got you into poker?
Honestly, probably back partying with Rowan and his crazy fam and playing quarters games at their house, drinking when we were like 15, 16. I'm like, oh, this is kind of fun. And then it kind of blew up like shortly after that, like with the online poker boom and stuff due to one the main event in like 04. Chris Moneymaker.
Oh.
He won his way into the main event off of like $44 online, and then he won $1 million. So like all of a sudden it just like blew up. The big story kind of made poker grow, and
yeah.
Then I started playing on Full Tilt quite a bit, and ever since it's kind of been my passion.
Yeah. Were they playing Hold'em at those quarter games? A
little bit of that, a little bit of all sorts of stuff. I remember. A long time ago.
Yeah, man. So when you started playing online, did you think that you would eventually get into playing at tables and stuff like that, or was it just fun at first?
It's weird because when I played online, I played like $10 and $25 buy-ins and stuff like that was my highest buy-in sometimes. So like it's different now because live there's only a big tournament around the cities every 2 weeks or a month or whatever. So it's like you didn't get opportunities. Online you can play every day.
Sure.
So I actually played probably who knows how many online tournaments before I ever sat at a live casino table. I don't even think I did play a tournament live until like 2012.
Sure.
And maybe 2011 or something.
So do you remember the first time that you actually made like your first substantial win?
Yeah, I was living with your old homie and
Mike Zetz.
Mike Zetz.
Yeah, shout out Mike.
Mike. He's in town. I saw.
Yeah, I saw that shit too.
And I was playing online. I had like the flu one day, and I didn't go to work at McGovern's. I like called in, and I like never call in, so you know it's bad.
Damn.
And I was like, I woke up, I slept all night. I woke up at midnight, put $50 online. I was like, I'm gonna play this tournament, and I ended up winning it out of like 700 people for like $5K, a little under $5K, and I was like, oh shit. And I was 21. So I cashed out like most of it because I dropped. I had to spend some back, put some back.
Right.
And then I cashed out, and I just totally pissed it off on a bunch of garbage.
So at that point, I mean, like, is that when things kind of changed for you?
Yeah, that's when I was like, damn, I could really pursue this, like, and play more. And I think shortly after that is when I probably played my first live tournament, probably a year or two later.
Okay.
And nothing crazy, but yeah, I don't know. It's different, definitely different, because they took away online poker from the United States. What, I can't remember how many years ago it was.
Right.
7 or 8 years ago, but that came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was still like hungry, and then all of a sudden it takes your avenue for success away. It's kind of, in a way, because if you put enough volume and you practice enough, you're gonna hit a good score online,
sure.
just because there's so many opportunities. And I felt like I was kind of learning a little more, because I only had it for a few years myself.
Yeah.
And then I kind of was going around playing bar poker, and fuck, you ain't gonna get rich playing bar poker.
Right. Scrounging out here.
And then
So to stay on Full Tilt, I remember watching you, and I was just amazed by how many screens you would have up.
You'd have like 5 to
What was
8
your
screens.
technique? Like, can you describe like the good Full Tilt technique to somebody?
That was probably a terrible technique to have, because I didn't have enough. A lot of people, when they play that many screens, they'll have multiple monitors.
Oh.
So like I had like
the one monitor.
So it wasn't very practical, but I don't know. Yeah, I think that a lot of it was just degenning and trying to play as many tournaments as possible, because fuck, why not?
So it's almost like a gift and a curse that Full Tilt went away, because then you almost had to step up and be like, all right, now I have to really show up.
Yeah.
What was like the first tournament after Full Tilt that was like a big deal, that like you went and kind of like what kind of pressure do you face as a poker player when you're sitting at these tournaments?
I think the only pressure that I ever feel is pressure on myself. And I know you shouldn't really feel that, but I think poker is a game where you really have to be mental focus is a huge part of it. It's not all luck. It's not all skill. I think a lot of it is just being mentally focused.
Sure.
And I think I don't really feel pressure from other players, but you can definitely put pressure on yourself if you're going through like a dry spell or whatever. But I think it's important to also put a little bit of pressure on yourself, because you want to push yourself. You don't want to just get lazy out there and not take it seriously.
When you first started playing more in person, did you have to work on like your like facial features or making faces or anything like that, or does that help your game to like actually see someone in real life, to like see how they react to cards and stuff like that?
I don't know. I don't really pay attention to my own tells. I'm sure people would say I have a couple, but probably should try and figure those out. But I don't. I think I got a pretty stone face for the most part, but I don't try and hide emotion. You just kind of just gotta try and think about what they're thinking. That's the whole name of the game. Think about what they're thinking, or what they have, or what you could do to win the hand. But I think the first tournament I had big success in was almost 5 years ago now. 4 years ago. I won a tournament at Canterbury. I wasn't even going to play it, and there was a guy. I was going to wait and play an $1,100 MSBT event a week later, and then this inaugural event was coming up for another tour, and they were this guy was like, "Yeah, you should play this one instead." I was like, "Oh, all right." He puts in half my buy-in, and I ended up winning it for $38,000 I got. And I was like, that was pretty surreal, because I had to give him a chunk back, but he was very generous on letting me keep a better portion. He's like, all right, get yourself started. And so I bought a townhome.
Nice.
Paid off my car, went to Vegas and tricked off some money and bricked a couple tournaments, but I enjoyed it. And it kind of catapulted me into doing what I love and realizing your passion, you're supposed to always pursue it, so.
Yeah. So in the previous take, I had called you a professional, and you had corrected me pretty quick, and so you consider you consider yourself a part-time poker player.
I say part-time because I work more than I play. I would say if I played more than I work, and I make more money playing than I work. But I mean, last year was a phenomenon because I made more playing than I did working last year.
Okay.
So
that's dope.
That was a good year, but I don't play enough to think I'm a professional. I play maybe a tournament a month, maybe a couple.
Sure.
But there's a lot of people that go around every weekend and they grind, travel all over the country, and that'd be dope. I'd love to be able to do that, but you gotta sacrifice a lot to do that. You can't have a job. Yeah. You gotta miss time away from the fam unless you bring them with or whatever. But I mean, I don't know. I'd try and travel 3-4 times a year to play.
That's good.
Would be ideal.
Yeah.
But I mean, eventually it'd be nice to do a trip a month.
So is there a certain number? So like, all right, like if you entered something and you won a certain number, like what's the number that it would take for you to quit your full-time job?
It's a good question. You put $250,000 in my bank account right now, I'll quit my job.
Okay.
Probably quit my job then. Yeah. And then I would invest it in a few things. I don't know. I don't know if I'd even quit part-time for that. I quit like full-time working. I'd want to work like 2 days a week.
Sure.
I'd have to do something.
Yeah.
I'm going to go crazy. I'll sleep all day. I'll be playing Xbox all day. And I need a job to just have a routine.
Yeah.
But $1 million for sure. I wouldn't work for a while. Mm-hmm. I'd try and make my money work for me at that point.
Yeah, I mean, really, at that point, you have enough to launch whatever you want to do with your time. Yeah, at that point,
exactly.
You know, so according to Hendon Mob, Brady Roth has a total live earnings of $135,000, roughly. Best live cash he's ever won, according to Hendon Mob, is $45,798. He is 16,847th on the all-time money list. 150th on the Minnesota USA all-time money list. 8,545th in the United States all-time money list. Popularity ranking, 11,605th.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, man. And the Global Poker Index ranking, 7,697th.
See, I'm surprised that one's that high because that's the one they take seriously, the GPI.
Yeah.
But I would have thought I'd be way below that, but whatever.
So
I don't know.
So is there kind of a commission that regulates this kind of stuff, or that came up with the GPI, or do you
I don't even know who runs it.
Comes from?
I think it's more of I don't even know who runs it. Somebody runs it, and it's just a rank. It doesn't really mean a lot. I mean, there is a GPI award ceremony, but I don't know. Those are all the top handful of players in the world that play ridiculous stakes and stuff, so I don't really pay attention to it. None of those guys around here are getting GPI awards.
Yeah. Word. Well, hey, we're going to go to the first commercial break, and then we'll come back. We'll talk more poker and shit. Just kick it, shoot the breeze. But this is Organized Grind, the podcast with Orikal Uno, kicking it with Brady Roth, episode 30. We'll
be right back. Representing the Midwest, this is Truth Maze. Hey. Yes, y'all. Check out the new EP. It's entitled The Holy Bible. You can find it on Spotify and Apple Music and elsewhere. Red Pill Music, baby. You see, with my words I can heal or kill. Talk fuck shit or truly keep it real. I can grab up a burner and flame my brother, or he and I can train so we elevate each other. I could talk about pussy all day and all night and not admit I'm toxic and don't treat women right. I could tell everybody how to pop a new pill, or tell the next generation the matrix is real. Cause what I know is I hold the power at will. Still sharp and still, goddammit, it's ill. For mentally the blade I hold, it takes skill. Specially designed so I can kill Bill. And the fake shit in me I need to reveal. That's what a god does with the ability to build. My soul is my rock, my spirit's my shield. My soul is my rock, my spirit's my shield.
Yes, y'all. Organized Grind, the podcast in full effect with Orikal Uno, kicking it with Brady Roth, episode 30. Just talking about poker, man.
Yeah.
Really. So what's coming up this, it's in like a month now?
July 5th, so about three weeks from Thursday, I get into Vegas to play the main event.
Okay.
10K buy-in, and last year was 8.8 million to first. I think to this year will be roughly that or bigger.
Okay.
Probably bigger.
Dope.
It's the 50th anniversary of the series, so
Oh shit.
they've been getting just crazy numbers. They had a $500 tournament that got 28,000 entries
Damn.
just at the beginning of the month, and it was just crazy down there.
I can't do the math, but that sounds like a lot of
It
money.
was 1.3 million to first. This dude won, and it's crazy because that's a price point where everybody who loves poker will save up money and be able to afford it. So you had people from all skill levels, and the final table had actually very little experience as far as like high stakes poker on it. So like playing for big money is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But this main event, you get people from all around the world, Europe, Asia, Russia, South America, everywhere. All playing for the same prize, and celebrities. You got professional poker players, the guys you see on TV. And then you got your regular guy that like me that just wants to go and take a shot.
Yeah, man.
So it's pretty cool. And then you got your rich businessmen that piss 10K off every day and don't even think of it as anything but another tournament.
Right.
And there are those people, but I'm excited. Never played it before. I never even played an event bigger than 1,700 was the biggest entry I ever played.
Oh wow.
So we're taking a jump.
Yeah, man.
But if you're gonna take a jump, this is the jump to take. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But So my first World Series trip I ever went on, I actually cashed my first tournament. I made a day 3, and that was pretty fun because I had never even played a tournament that had a day 3 before.
Really?
And so I made this day 3. It was like 600 of us or something out of 8,000 made it. And it was over $1 million to first for that one. But I was like super exhausted. I made some bad choices and went out the night before day 3.
Oh shit!
Drank till like 6:30 in the morning and didn't get enough sleep and
the downfall of day 3.
That was like 5 years ago now. It was just dumb. But I didn't play terribly on the next day. I just didn't get cards, and I lost a coin flip for my stack, king queen against tens, with like 15 bigs or something.
What did you place?
It was like 350th out of 7,800 or something. But I got like 5,500 or something like that.
Damn. Okay.
So it was legit.
Yeah.
And then I think I've played a total of like 9 tournaments. I've cashed 2. So I'm not profitable out there as far as that, but
sure,
this is the one that can make or break your whole life, really.
Yeah.
Like not break your life, but I mean, it'll make or break it. This one.
It's not going to make you homeless.
If I don't cash this tournament, I'm probably not going to be a winning poker player this year unless I win a substantial amount.
Sure.
At the end, but because 10K it's a lump.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, that's dope. So it seems like, well, first off, like to hear that was already 5 years ago is kind of a trip.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It feels like it wasn't that long ago.
I don't even feel like I've been to Vegas 5 times, but I guess I have.
Damn, man. But there was definitely a point where it was noticeable how good that you got. Like you kind of hit a level that, all right, now you're constantly placing. Now you're constantly in the higher ranks. What was it about your game? Like, did you notice something and then tweaked it, or what makes a good poker player that can contend in something like this?
I think a lot of it's being in a good mind state, really. And you got to be running run good. Obviously, you got to win your coin flips and stuff. But
coin flips how? Like just as far as like the cards coming down?
Yeah, your ace king, your all ins against your coin flip hands, like your ace kings against your pocket pairs.
Sure.
Or your pocket pairs against your ace kings.
Got it.
But I think I just more mental focus, being more mentally focused. I started doing yoga a couple years ago.
Oh, nice.
And I actually think I started getting more mentally focused and have more mental endurance at the table after doing that. I've actually been kind of slacking on it this year, and I need to get back at it. But I was doing yoga like once a week for almost all last year.
Okay.
And year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, this year's actually been rough. Like I haven't really done much this year, but just gotta maintain the mental focus and not get frustrated and play based off emotion. Playing based off emotion is just if you don't believe you can win, you're not gonna win. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You have to believe that you're gonna win. You can't have a negative mindset sitting at a table because you're just dead money. Then you know what I mean?
Yeah. So whenever I see your like pictures, your like championship photos and just like little snaps from the casinos and stuff like that, you always have headphones on. You seem to have always had like beats on and stuff like that. But like, who are some of your favorite people to listen to when you're in a tournament?
I usually put on my Spotify radio and I'll pick a genre but I like listening to. Lately I've been listening to Nipsey just because all that went down. Mm-hmm. But I've always loved Tupac. I'll switch it up though. I'll listen to Bob Marley at the table. I'll listen to Rolling Stones or Hendrix, and it's kind of based, kind of whatever mood I'm in. If I need to calm down, if I feel like I'm like getting mentally tilted or something, or like if something bad happens, I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna put on some Marley and just try and chill. Or if I'm like just crushing a table right now, like if I'm stacking, I'll put on some more like aggressive, I don't know, kind of based on how I'm feeling.
Okay.
But I switch it up.
Okay.
But most of the time, a lot of the time, I put on the headphones just because I don't want to hear the other people talking as much. Like table conversation can annoy me.
Okay.
From some people.
Sure.
But
is it because it's like part of their game?
No, just because it's like I don't want to hear. Like, say a dude beats you in hand, then he's got to give you the runaround on how or why he did it. I put my headphones on, and then it's like, I can't hear you, bro. Sometimes my phone ain't even connected to him, and it's overcharging, and I just got him on.
That's dope. That's dope.
But, yeah, I don't know. I think music will help you focus, too.
Yeah. So, you were talking about, you've had a lot of jobs throughout your life.
Yeah.
What was
more than I can count? For real.
What was your most like memorable job outside? Well, first of all, let's talk about working at Patrick. I'm gonna stutter. McGovern's.
McGovern.
Yeah, man.
I got that job. I remember my buddy Marcelo. Shout out to Marcelo. He started working there when he was like 17 or something, and I was like, man, it'd be dope to work at a bar. I always thought that. And then, they needed somebody to start working there when I was just turned 20, I think.
Okay.
And St. Patty's Days and wild seasons for years were just hustle all year round.
Yeah.
Summertime concert events and then wild seasons. But, yeah, it was a good job. I actually worked there for like 7 years, and then I actually... got fired.
Oh shit!
And got my job back.
Oh, nice.
Like a year later.
Some family shit right there.
Yeah, some stupid shit. But got my job back, and I still go out there and work those Patty's Days. But man, it's rough.
Yeah.
Rough on you.
Yeah.
Work like 16 hours in a row.
So for those who don't know, this is a bar. It's mainly a bar, right?
Yeah.
Downtown St. Paul.
It's got its whole demographic. Everybody goes in there because in the morning, it'll be like old people going in for coffee and their breakfast.
Oh, wow.
And then at night, it's like sometimes it's just the sloppiest drunks you could ever imagine. It's weird, dude.
Yeah. It's right by the Excel which is where all of the major concerts and everything like that
Minnesota
come to town.
Wild play there.
Yeah, shout out to the Wild.
Yeah.
So I can imagine like the groups of people that come in, depending on the concert or depending on what's going down, is a whole different market.
Yeah, it was fun, but after a while, I don't know, it's became the same old. You work that many years, it all becomes the same. You see the same people coming.
Yeah.
For concerts, like you work one Bon Jovi concert, you work them all, and I swear I worked like 5 or 6 of them, and I can't stand Bon Jovi. It's like, and then those days where you're like gonna make money become like dreadful because it's like, fuck, now we got to deal with these Bon Jovi people again. Shit like that.
So, do you have like a wild story from that place
Shit,
that you can share?
Yeah, I took a stabbing in the hand on accident once working there.
Damn.
It was like zombie pub crawl, like 08.
Oh, shit.
Or some shit way back. And dude was throwing away a Bacardi bottle that was broken. And my hand was next to the trash can, and neither of us were looking at each other's way.
Damn.
And he just stabbed. He was like throwing it in the trash, but he literally like stabbed it like right through my hand.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, all of a sudden blood just started gushing. And I look down and I see like these white things hanging out. I'm like, what the fuck? And I was like, it was numb and shit. And I ended up having a severed tendon on my middle finger.
Damn.
And had to get it reconstructed and shit.
So that was it?
And
hanging out? That was your tendon?
Yeah, my tendons was hanging out.
Damn.
And I had to get 8 weeks, I think I was off work. I didn't get to work. I was going crazy. I couldn't play Xbox because my hand was broken.
Wow.
Or my surgery or whatever.
Yeah.
Couldn't do nothing, dude. I was going nuts.
Holy shit! So like, did you feel it when it happened, or did it happen so fast?
It was like instant numb, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Because I felt something hit it, but it didn't hurt. And they were telling me, I do have like nerve damage there. Like I don't have feeling in that whole area, but it's like I got movement, which is all.
Oh, that's good.
But hopefully I don't get like arthritis or anything from it. I don't know if that's the thing, but. I feel lucky because it could have been like all of my fingers or my whole hand, dude. Because the Bacardi bottle was big, dude, and it was freaky.
Damn, dude, that's nuts.
I was salty too because like right when the Wild season started, I think I worked like 3 games or something, and then boom.
Were you out for a while?
Out for 2 months.
2 months, damn.
Salty.
Yeah, that's.
And then when I came back too early, even because my hand was just not feeling right, so I think I should have been on a little longer. But I rushed back. I was getting bored sitting around, you know.
Yeah. I was thinking about this the other day. Am I the reason why you got fired from that one job? 'Cause you were on MySpace.
Oh yeah, the MySpace days.
Promoting shit.
Promoting shows and albums and shit. Yeah.
What was that job again?
Fuck, some company that doesn't exist anymore. And I like packaged shit and like little electronic components and sent them on UPS. It was just a ABC job.
Yeah.
But that was like 06.
What happened though? Like, did they just look at the computer?
Yeah, they were like, guys can't be on the internet all the time. And they I think what was really happening is business was slowing down. They had to get rid of somebody because this was really slowing down. And then shortly after that, the company, I think, got bought out or dissolved or something because it ain't there no more.
I always felt bad about that, by the way.
Yeah,
like, it's still something to this day.
And
I know it was like 16 years ago.
And then I went
shit.
I had a car that I like just bought. I bought that fucking
like a Lexus or something. Right?
Volkswagen Jetta I bought, and it was like I had a turbo and shit. I spent like $10,000 on this car, and I put like $1,000 down only, and I was like, I got a fucking car payment, and I don't have a job. I'm freaking out. I got no money saved up. Yeah, so man. I went and I'm on Craigslist looking for jobs. And I fucking, next thing you know, I'm selling vacuum cleaners door to door.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Wasn't that a crazy-ass job, too?
And then that job.
Y'all would, like, mob up.
I fucking totaled my car on the way to this fucking lady's house to sell, after I sold a vacuum. And then it was just like the fucking shitstorm. Fuck that job, though. And then they were like, well, you want to hop in the fucking company van? We're going to go hit this... we're going to hit this neighborhood up. I'm like, Fuck you. I sold like 3 vacuums in like 4 weeks. Fuck. This shit was nuts. It's crazy though. You can just knock on somebody's door. They don't even know you're about to show up. Fucking go in there and do a fucking infomercial on their fucking carpet, and then they buy the shit for 2 stacks.
Damn.
2 stacks?
For real?
I got someone to pay for a fucking vacuum.
God damn. What?
Yeah. Kirby's, bro. Kirby's.
Kirby's vacuums?
It's like top shit.
So, like, did they have leads, or they just go up to random doors?
Fuck, I don't even remember. I just think a lot of it was knocking.
Just
knocking.
Door to
One time
door.
we knocked on this, we were going through a trailer park. I sold a vacuum, and you could like adjust the prices. Fuck you, Kirby. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell this, but Kirby's scamming because you can sell a fucking the same vacuum to someone in a trailer park for like $1,100 as a guy in a nice big neighborhood for $2,000 because of based on their credit scores and shit. But they're just gonna hit this dude for $1,100 with probably interest after a while if they don't pay.
Yeah.
But they'll drop that price just to make the sale. I don't even know if it still works like that, but I know it used to be like that.
Yeah. This was a long time ago.
Big ass scam is what it sounded like.
But damn. But it sounds like they were selling them though.
Sold 3 in 4 weeks.
That's crazy.
That's not enough. Some cats were selling like 10 a week.
At like $2,000 a pop?
1,500.
So like what would you
average probably
take home from that if you sold it? Would you
I don't
get a
know,
piece
dude.
of that?
I got such garbage. I did so little. That shit was garbage. I don't even know. Probably a couple $100. It depends if you sell 2K. I don't know. I think it was just like a pyramid scheme, dude. Honestly.
Yeah.
Some
sounds
bullshit.
like it. Yeah, man. I fucking fell for some of those too.
Yeah.
You know, it builds character though. Like having jobs since a teenager. Like you've always been that way. I've always been that way.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's crazy what some of the things you'll be like, fuck it, I'll give it a shot,
Yeah.
you know, and go out there and do. Yeah, like your vacuum story reminds me of trying to sell life insurance to people. Like they had this like whole scheme where like they bring you in and some people were good at it, but like from jump, like it didn't feel right what they were doing, and you know, you mob in these cars with these strangers and go up north, and you're like, yo, at any time they could just disappear me. Like no one knows these people. I don't really know these people.
I feel like that with the Uber drivers. I don't know how you could fucking drive an Uber car with fucking and just constantly drive around strangers all day. Like you gotta have be able to trust pretty easy. I don't want strangers in my whip.
The Uber thing, man, like I take a lot of them, and like 90% of the time it's good, but man, that fucking 10% that does not feel right, like has you just like, man, I really hope I get to the place I'm trying to go safe.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But for the most part, it's pretty good. But when you do get that ride where you hop in and you're trying to be friendly and they're just like not having it, and then like making sketchy choices on the road of how they're driving and shit, and then it's like, man.
You ever see those guys fucking on their phone and shit? Fucking, I've seen an Uber driver just like they're fucking punching in a reply. I'm like, dude.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
No, I haven't
back
seen that.
in when it first was coming out, but yeah, you probably got to report that.
Yeah. All right, well, why don't we go into our second commercial break here, and then we'll do our Lightning Gauntlet, and then do some final shout-outs and everything, and be on our way. So this is Organized Grind, the podcast with Orikal Uno, episode 30, Brady Roth. We'll be right back. Hey, what's up, world? This is Orikal Uno checking in to let you know that I just released a brand new EP entitled Speech Therapy. It's entirely self-produced, and you can now get it at orikaluno.com. That's ORIKALUNO.com. Thank you for listening. It's all unraveling. I feel it in my abdomen. About to take a swim in a bottle from the cabinet. Full throttle, hollowing the content of the glass I sip. Too much pain, yeah, the shit ain't even masking it. Okay, got a few loose things I need to tighten up. Do it in the dark before the sky tries to brighten up. Maneuver in the shadows, that's all I'm really used to. Most people always try to find a way to use it. Feeling for a drive, I'm in need to feel alive. 95 miles per hour on a 94 ride. Pissing off passerbys that I force to coincide with me. Middle finger up to the punk on the side of me. Rough around the edges, disrespecting the guest list. Use all my drink tickets and forget the set list. I've seen it all before and you ain't impressive. I ain't shit either, yeah, I've learned that lesson. Had it go in the wind. Got my windows open, I ain't holding it in. I try to take it slow, but the motion's intense. It happened too fast, can't get over the bends. Let it go, let it go, let it go in the wind. Got my windows open, I ain't holding it in. I try to take it slow, but the motion's intense. It happened too fast, can't get over the bends. Let it go, let it go. My vision hazy, yeah, I know I'm living crazy. Yes. This is Organized Grind, the podcast with Orikal Uno, kicking it with Brady Roth for episode 30. How's it been feeling, man? You said this is your first time doing something like this?
Yeah, it's fun. Except for back in the day, we used to be in the studio. I used to help you out back in the day, so it's kind of familiar, but haven't recorded a conversation.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, it's been good. It's been good to catch up. It's been a while. So you've said that you recently quit drinking, right?
Yeah, it's May 1st. I think I had a glass of wine. That was the last day.
How's that feeling?
I was sleeping good, but lately I think more so because of staying up too late playing video games and my work schedule. My sleep's been kind of off, and it's hard to sleep during the day. In the summertime, in the wintertime, I can sleep during the day like a rock, but like it's hard to keep your body sleeping when it's nice out, you know. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I feel healthier actually than I've ever been. I've been going to the gym more. Yeah, the no drinking. I think it just gives you more energy too. For sure. And then because like those days after, if you go hard, you wake up and it's like you can't get shit done that day unless you're like a Superman. Yeah, man. And I ain't trying to be Superman. I'm trying to recover.
Hell yeah, dude. But, yeah. One thing that I know that I've noticed from the month of not drinking to the month of drinking again is that I do feel like substances rob you of your true sleep. Yeah. Like you don't get real rest. No. And it's probably because your body is processing whatever you're putting into it as you're sleeping. Yeah. So your body isn't truly at peace, you know, it's actually working while you're sleeping.
Yeah, you can go super hard and be knocked out for like 6 hours and wake up still drunk and your body still said you ain't sleep yet. You ain't sleep yet. Yeah. So it's like, that's true. It's nice because, it's definitely more energy, but I just got to get my eating habits back in order. I started eating like shit. Oh, yeah? I went all of, not all, but I think I went like 24 days or something, or 25 days in February where I didn't eat meat. Or March, maybe it was. March or February, I forgot which month it was. But yeah, that as soon as I started eating meat again, I just fucking started eating anything. I'll go to get a Whopper and shit. And before that, I wasn't really eating like fast food, but now it's like, one ain't so bad. And I work out, so it's whatever, but fuck that shit that's in those sandwiches and stuff. Yeah, I gotta eat more home cooked shit. I was thinking about doing like some of those like delivery meal services. Oh yeah. Checking that out and doing like a trial or something because in the end you're paying the same amount if you're eating out every day. Right. You know what I mean? You might as well get something healthier delivered to your door and just cook when you get home or whatever, you know. Yeah. So,
dope, man. Well, let's go ahead. We'll get into the Lightning Gauntlet here. So the Lightning Gauntlet is a game that I like to play on Organized Grind, the podcast. It's 3 random questions. If anyone out there would like to submit their own questions for me to ask whichever artist or guest that comes on the show, please email them to organizedgrindpodcast@gmail.com. So, I'm wheezing and the microphone is picking it up. But let's go ahead and get into this Lightning Gauntlet here. Question number 1. Which sport do you find the most boring to watch on television, and which sport do you think is the most boring to watch in person?
boring to watch on television, probably golf. I can't do that.
Word.
Or tennis, golf and tennis.
Okay.
But
in person?
boring to watch in person. I say soccer, man. I can't really go to a soccer game and get into it.
Okay.
I don't think I could do that.
So you probably won't be checking out the stadium?
Probably not.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Question number 2 for Brady Roth. If you could have been the leading actor in any movie, which movie would you have starred in?
The poker movie Rounders. You ever see
Rounders?
Rounders?
Hell yeah.
Probably be my guy Matt Damon.
Okay.
In Rounders.
Yeah.
Because that looked like a fun little ride, even though he got his ass beat by those cops and shit. But that'd be a fun movie to be a part of.
Dope. And then question number 3 is if you could pick any card in the deck that represents you, what would it be?
A card in the deck that represents me? I don't know.
All right, how about this? Which suit do you get most excited about having pocket of?
Having a suited pair or suited connector, you mean? Like a suited...
Yeah, like what's your favorite suit?
Suit. It's probably spades. I think that's everybody's. That's the top suit.
Okay.
Ace of spades is the number 1 card in the deck. Trumps everything.
Is there a reason behind spades or
just,
anything like that?
I don't know. I don't know how it's probably
History
way
of
back in the
spades?
day. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, dope, man. Well, thank you for taking the Lightning Gauntlet there. We are in the final stretch of the podcast. So, do you have any last words or shout-outs you want to get out there?
Just do what you love and take care of yourself and your friends, because you never know when their last day or your last day might be. And yeah, shout out to my buddy Jimmy.
Yeah.
We lost a good one.
Vibes up.
With a big heart, and I'm just grateful I got to spend the last few weeks hanging out with them after kind of being not seeing each other for a while. So
That's dope.
yeah, just shout out and everybody take care of yourselves.
Word. That's beautiful, man. Well, this has been episode 30 of Organized Grind, the podcast with Orikal Uno. We've been kicking it with Brady Roth. I am going to end this episode with an unreleased song that I did with an old friend of mine by the name of Tully Stockton. Shout out Tully. This is a song called Excuse Me. I made the beat. I'm not sure where it's going to go, where it's going to wind up, so I figured I would go ahead and exclusify it here on Organized Grind, the podcast. So this is Orikal Uno featuring Tully Stockton, Excuse Me. As always, peace and love.
Organized Grind with Orikal Uno. Recorded live at Graph Fruit Studios in South Minneapolis.
Disconnected, I'm a glitch within your internet. Introspective, let me drift into the infinite. The painted spectrum of the universe is dripping wet. Tilted halo angel tripping, we ain't kick it yet. Excuse me, I'm losing track of time. Heavy grind, I'm ignoring all the traffic signs. I'm gearing up for the mountain that I have to climb before I'm past my prime. Stuck, asking why, huh? This Eagle Gillespie riding smooth as a jet ski. At the 10th speed, avoiding moves that are sketchy. I ain't in the mood and these dudes are too pesky. Spider-ass fools from my attitude pesky. Forget about it, gotta not even acknowledge it. I don't got no problem, I'm too busy for the gossiping. I'm muting all the hollering and circus, leave me out of it. I'm working on how I can get about the dodge again. Excuse me, I'm just getting it done. Gotta get it while the getting's good. Excuse me, I'm just getting it done. Gotta get it while the getting's good. Excuse me, I'm just getting it done. Gotta get it while the getting's good. Excuse me, I'm just getting it done. Gotta get it while the getting's good.
We back with it, spitting the rap physics, Minnesota rap witness, the kids that snap vicious. Excuse me, miss, can I get exact digits? Girl, I smash sentences, leaving that ass trembling. 22019, me and Orikal back, set up the show, spending time lyrically flipping on wax. I get it dripping, we surpass the limit, pushing the gas. The chemist up in the lab, still zipping up every bag. So excuse me, man, but you know I don't give a damn. Doing this for my fam, but the rap game crammed. So you should know that every time I'm a savage up on the mic, we get it done in every line above average. When we write, this the year that we come back strong. So excuse me if I'm getting in the way with my songs. We've been giving them the method over a decade long. So come and peep it for a second, this is where we belong. T-Stock.
Excuse me, I'm just getting it done.
T-Stock.
Gotta get it while the getting's good. Excuse me, I'm just getting it done.
T-Stock.
Gotta get good. Excuse me, I'm just getting it done.
T-Stock.
Gotta get it while the getting's good. Excuse me, I'm just getting it done.
T-Stock.
Gotta get it while the getting's good.